Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. I'm with Colton today. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Kryptonite channel, everyone. So today we'll be talking about Algorand. Can we jump right in, Boris, and can you give us a little synopsis of what Algorand is?
Yes, Algorand, one of the top layer ones, fast, pretty secured. They can do about 1,000 transactions per second with fast block finality, meaning the block are finalized extremely quickly. ALGO is the token, and it's mainly used for governance and also to do transactions. Users, what they can do with Algorand, they can do smart contracts, they can create also new tokens, sitting on the top of the Algorand blockchain, and they can build dApps. And also, there are a few other cool things that they can do these days, which is like transferring existing assets onto the blockchain.
Awesome. Thank you for that information, Boris. Can we now talk about the history and performance of Algorand?
So Algorand was created by Silvio Micali back in 2017. Now, Silvio is considered one of the top cryptography expert in the world. So his real area of expertise is cryptography, and that is why Algorand is considered like one of the best and most secured blockchain in the market, because obviously he created it. They're doing what a lot of other L1s are doing, which is, to be scalable, to be decentralized, and also to have top security. Now, the mainnet was launched back in 2019 after 2 years of testing since they were created in 2017. They use a proof of stake consensus with Byzantine Agreement Protocol. The total supply of Algo is limited. We'll look at the tokenomics in a minute. What's great about Algorand is they have a great combination of technology, functions, and adoption. They also make sure that everything is extremely secured. So like we were saying, with the cryptography, and it really tolerates a small number of malicious users. And it makes it almost impossible for the blockchain to really be attacked. Another thing that's really cool is whenever they process transactions, they randomly select the participants, and the odds, they're really based on the number of algos you have staked with the blockchain. So really, it's randomly selecting at every transaction who's gonna be the validators. On the tokenomics, very easy to buy. They are everywhere on all the centralized exchanges as well as the decentralized ones. Now, the all-time high was 356. That was back in 2019. During the bull run of 2021, they only were able to get back to about $2.58 roughly. So they didn't make it all the way back to their all-time high like Bitcoin or Ethereum or a lot of the other L1s that actually had new all-time highs during the 2021 bull run. The all-time low was 10 cents back in 2020. They have currently a total market cap of $1.5 billion. They have a total supply of 7 billion coins with a max supply of 10 billion coins, and the circulating supply is 7.1 billion.
Thank you, Boris. How about what's new with Algorand and what is in their future roadmap for us, Boris?
So a few things. First of all, on the price, most people seem to agree that April should be good. Most likely May could be good, and that this type of mini bull run is maybe going to expire sometime in May, middle, late May, it's hard to difficult. Basically by June, the mini bull run might be off because recession problems coming back and a few other things. Now, the one thing is, if we look at the graphic, currently there is resistance, and there was a recent rejection at 28 cents for Algo. The problem is since the beginning of the year, a lot of the other cryptos have performed fairly well, but Algo has gone slightly up, but not as much as some of the others. There's a little bit of resistance. And if we look at the graphic, so we're currently at 22 cents. You see from this all-time high, let's say during the bull run of 21, we've been on a downtrend. And here recently, if we look at the last 90 days, looking at this graphic, 90 days, basically going back to almost the beginning of January, you don't really see that big of a pump. It pumped a little bit. It went up to about 29 cents, but then it fell back down again. So it's having a little bit of difficulty breaking the resistance. But it's kind of weird because they have lots of great partnerships, lots of great stuff that they are currently working on. One thing that's important to note is an airline, Argentinian Airlines, that adopts NFT tickets on the Algorand blockchain. So basically your plane tickets are going to be NFTs. There you go, another great utility for NFT that probably a lot of people didn't think about, because the advantage of being an NFT versus just a QR code can be faked, a QR code can be tricked. I mean, there are many things that make QR code not secured, whereas an NFT on a blockchain, that's very secured. So they're working on this. And then on other partnerships and other things that they are currently doing, which is great, is they are working in Web3 in India. So they realize that a lot of development is going to be done in Web3 and a lot of it is taking place in India. And therefore they have decided to focus their shift to shift their focus to the Indian market, which I think is very smart because they're already starting to work with companies like AWS, Microsoft, basically all the usual suspects and all the big companies. And that's one thing that could put them in a very, very good position in the coming years. So they're shifting, and doing a lot of partnerships with Indian, basically all the different Indian companies or companies that are based in India and do a lot of development there for Web3. Now, the other thing that we have seen a little bit all over the place is that crypto firms are hiring new C-level people. And in the case of Algorand, they just hired a new CFO. It's actually its first CFO, Matthew Commons. So that's another thing. And this change of focus away from the US and focusing into BRICS and other big markets, it's all due to the regulations or lack of regulations and uncertainty for the regulations in the US. The US is scaring a lot of people, and this is very damaging for the US, and it's really not a smart move on their part because most likely lots of projects will leave the US and will go somewhere else and build their project in more friendly environments.
What about staking, Boris? Is there a proper way to stake Algorand? Should we be doing it in a certain location? Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, the easiest one is to do the governance, and it's the reward is around 10%, slightly more sometimes. But that's staking directly with Algorand. Now, the one thing that you have to know is if you stake for governance, you have to vote. If you don't vote, you won't make any money. And it's a process you have to redo every few months. It's, I believe, around 3 months every time that you do the staking for governance. And then you have to participate into some votes for the project. So it's not one of those as easy as I'm putting it into like Cardano, I'm putting it into a wallet, like a Trust wallet or Exodus or whatever, and automatically it gets staked and, it compounds automatically, all that kind of stuff. Here, Algorand, you have a little bit more work to do, but the reward is a little nicer. It's like I say, around 15%. Otherwise, you have the exchanges like Binance, but as we all know by now, this is not a great idea. First of all, it's a very low percentage, 1%. And second of all, you have all the risks on your side. We also have a quick thing here on this slide that you can pause if you want the video and look at if you want all the details on how to stake Algorand and all the rules.
Thank you, Boris. Can we now discuss what people really want to know? Do you really see Algorand hitting 16x by 2030?
So Algorand, so we've put those price predictions and they are extremely conservative in my opinion. And when I say extremely conservative is basically it's looking at it like it's only going to go back to its all-time high, which I believe it will definitely pass the all-time high and probably pass it way above. But we're trying to be conservative. So like I said, currently we're sitting at 22 cents. By next year, we should be around 50 cents. So it'll be a little bit more than double. By 2026, around $1. By 2028, around $2. And by 2030, we should be able to reach $4, $5, I think pretty easily. So, it's a 16x, roughly 20x from here, probably more. But to be conservative and to remember also that there are quite a few competitors in this space. So the problem is not everybody is going to be able to be the major winner and the major player because there are just a little too many L1s already on the field. So don't forget that whenever you invest in those type of things, is that look at the number of players, and there are new upcoming players that could be also taking some of the light away from some of the older projects. But otherwise, that's what the potential price prediction could be for Algorand. That's it for today. Thank you, Colton. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to see you on the next Kryptonite video. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.